Kevin Feige reveals Deadpool survived the Thanos snap. Wait, what? That's right, we're not making this up. The head of Marvel Studios himself, Kevin Feige, reveals that Deadpool, of all people, survived the snapping at the end of Infinity War. This is complete anarchy! Are dogs and cats living together? Yes, technically on my couch they are. They share a blanket and my dog's very upset. Are we really going to get the merc with the mouth in Avengers 4 to help the Avengers defeat the Mad Titan? What is going on? Well, before you completely lose your shit, Professor, turns out there is a perfectly logical explanation for this story. While he was walking the red carpet for the Britannia Awards last week, a reporter for Variety asked the Marvel head honcho whether or not Deadpool survived Thanos' snap. After laughing and admitting that no one has asked him that question, he said, technically speaking, he was not in the MCU. He was not in that cinematic universe, so he was not affected. Probably. Okay, that actually makes sense. Now, while this is less a story of Feige confirming our wildest MCU dreams and more a case of a reporter having a little bit of fun, Feige did drop a few more tidbits about the future of the MCU. For years and years, the dream has been to have access to as many of our characters back so that we can tell those stories at Marvel Studios. If and when that happens, I'll be very excited. We have ideas just from going back 18 years, but nothing specific. Nothing specific. Yeah, right, Feige. If this Marvel thing ever falls apart, you could probably get a job at the ballet because you sure do know how to dance around the questions. So while the Feigster is dodging around the issue saying that Deadpool probably survived the snap, we're pretty sure it's safe to say that he's got some long-term goals for the characters. And it's not just Feige that's excited about getting some Fox Marvel character Peanut Butter in his MCU chocolate. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter last month, Disney CEO Bob Iger said, "Kevin's got a lot of ideas. I'm not suggesting that's one of them, but who knows?" But how would an R-rated Deadpool work in the Disney-owned MCU? Well, from the looks of it, it may already be covered. Last month, Fox announced that they were making a few tweaks to their holiday release schedule, and hidden within that news story was a reveal that a Christmas-themed PG-13 recut of Deadpool 2 would be hitting theaters this December. Deadpool star Ryan Reynolds further teased the film, titled The Deadpool Before Christmas, with this image posted to social media. Yup. That's a picture of Deadpool dressed as Santa, reading a bedtime story to the Wonder Years actor Fred Savage in reference to that little movie you may have seen, The Princess Bride. Now, with Fox releasing a PG-13 Deadpool so close to the Disney-Fox acquisition finalizing, it could just be another huge coincidence. But Deadpool is one of the most popular Fox-owned Marvel characters. It makes a ton of sense for them to test the waters on a PG-13 Deadpool film to see if fans are even on board for the idea. And if they end the PG-13 cut with Wade Wilson revealing that Deadpool 1 and 2 were just a story that he's reading from a book a la The Princess Bride, it would be a very Deadpool way for them to wash their hands of the Fox Marvel universe while also setting up for Deadpool in the MCU. And that's not the only subtle tweak that we're seeing the studios make to lay track for all of these new Fox Marvel characters. We reported last month that in the Marvel Studios Visual Dictionary, Marvel subtly retconned the origin of MCU character, the Scarlet Witch, and her powers. In 2015's Avengers Age of Ultron, it's revealed that Scarlet Witch received her powers after being exposed to the Mind Infinity Stone, but in the Visual Dictionary, it says, she may be called Scarlet Witch, but Wanda's powers aren't derived from the occult. Whether it altered her or merely unlocked something latent inside Wanda, the Infinity Stone on Loki's scepter bestowed incredible powers of the mind. The line, unlocked something latent inside Wanda, sure sounds a lot like mutant abilities that are unlocked at puberty in the comics. While subtle, this could be the early setup to introducing mutants and the X-Men in the MCU. So with the PG-13 Deadpool and Scarlet Witch's origin retcon, it seems like Disney is at least testing the waters on how to introduce these Fox-owned characters. But what does this mean for the X-Men and Deadpool in the MCU? We fully expect Fox's X-Men characters to be completely retconned and replaced with a new crop of actors. As for Deadpool, we can't picture a world where the merc with a mouth is played by anyone other than Ryan Reynolds.
I know, right?
So besides being cleaned up a little bit, many of your favorite Deadpool characters will probably be brought into the MCU as faithfully as possible. And though he obviously will not admit it, it's pretty clear that Feige and friends are just waiting for those merry mutants and the Fantastic Four characters to climb over the fence and play in the Marvel sandbox. While we won't get any official info until the deal is finalized in the first quarter of 2019, one thing's for sure, we're all pretty excited to see these characters under one roof. But what do you folks think? Do you want to see a PG-13 Deadpool? How do you think Feige will bring these characters into the MCU? And since we're talking about Fox-owned characters, which members of the Simpsons family do you think survived Thanos' snap? Maggie. Let's discuss. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified every time we drop a video or go live with the show, like today when an animated Onyx the Fortuitous sits down on the couch with some of the biggest icons of horror. Should you check it out on Nerdist YouTube page right now? I don't know, look pretty cool.